Welcome back to the strongest exorcist reincarnated in another world anime review episode number 5. We're here reviewing episodes 9 and 10. Now, I've got to mention this, otherwise the people will probably thinking, why didn't you bring this up? So, the previous video I put up yesterday, which discussed episodes 7 and 8, had 93 views. The episode before that was 60. Though for some reason, someone gave me a dislike for that one. I'm not sure why. The first video, like 24 hours as I was put up, 77 views. Now it's up to currently 81, but 93. And that's only episode 4. Now, I do get a good amount of views for these videos, but 93 is something I did not really expect. But I'm happy for it. I'm happy. So, in these two episodes, 9 is basically the conclusion of the previous episode. But before I talk about the episode, I had to talk about the prince himself. Now, for some reason, Wikipedia says that this is Todd Heppercorn voicing him. And I heard the voice like, no, that's not Todd Heppercorn. That's Justin Brenner. Yes, that is 100% Justin Brenner. That is not Todd Heppercorn. I'm not sure where the heck some Wikipedia thought that was to say that, oh, that was Heppercorn. No, that's not Heppercorn. That's Justin Brenner. I can tell the voice just by listening to it. Heck, even if I showed this thing to Lucy Christian, even she would agree that's Justin Brenner, not Todd Heppercorn. So, this episode, they revealed that a few different things. Well, for one thing, we see where Isha, where she is, well, considering joining, like at one point she's almost nearly forced to basically stay in the kingdom because the prince is a jerk. So meanwhile, though, Sika proceeds to, well, how should I put it? Well, he climbs the mountain, meets the dragon, discovers that that the dragon's got egg. Like, it's a boy, but nope, change gender to a girl. And apparently the dragon's gonna do this somehow. Comes with fire, and he flies the dragon back to the castle. And look how he stops the prince from forcing Yennefer to stay. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, one thing I forgot to mention that basically she said, "Oh yeah, he might be a terrible person." He's like, "No, she's known for a long time. That's completely untrue." Like, despite people say she refuses to believe that he's a terrible person because she's known him since they were children. So there's no way that he's basically like that. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that Ami and Mabel decided to talk to him briefly about what the prince say. It was something brief. They basically dragged him to a bush. You would think, oh, Dragon was like, oh, is it who person like is the woman? Is it gonna make out with him? Nope, they just want to chat. That's it, just a chat. Nothing else here. So after they take care of the thing with the prince, they fly back, they find out, oh yeah, the mercenary that was hired supposed to kill the dragon, yeah, he was responsible for causing one on a rampage. So they battle, and the lava tiger is destroyed. Him and his men are basically rounded up, brought before the prince. The prince, of course, basically accused of being like, well, despite the whole thing of him being a nice person, it's all a facade because he's a jerk. And he tells them, it's up to her if she wants to stay. And she decides not to stay. She wants to stay with Sika. And they go back to the Magical Academy. And he has no choice but... And of course, it's Albus and basically... It's kind of forcing him. Yeah, basically, he's right. Yes, Sika is right about everything. So, he goes home, and in the very next episode, we have it where him and the 3 girls, where they're basically, get this, where, like, here's summer break. Yeah, so, when they go summer break? Well, it's after summer break, where, actually kind of during it-ish, it's like the very next year-ish, where, like, the 2 girls, basically Ami and Mabel, are invited to come to his house. Now, Ami, because basically his father wants to meet the true hero. Mabel, because basically because his father knows Baron Crane. And they, of course, Yumina's going to come anyways because she lives with him. So they go back, and they basically arrive back at the manor. First time he's been back at the manor since episode 2. Yes, since episode 2 he's been here. And by the way, this is only episode 10. So it's been quite a while. So he sees, now this guy with the different hairstyle, like different hairstyle than his actual father, this actually is not his father. This is Yuna's father. And there's a brief thing later on where he does talk to Sika's father. Well, not really, because he first was a bastard son, and he's like, don't you dare call him that. Because he cares very deeply about him. The reason why, because he's actually his nephew. And he doesn't like the fact that they basically has where his daughter is his servants. Now, here's the thing. Yuna is madly in love with him. And to play, I'm in love with him too, so there's that. I had to bring it up there. So, then of course they're introduced to, his older brother, and of course Yuna's father. And then we're introduced to see Clyde. First time he's been seen in the series since he was beaten by his own brother. Now he fights him, and of course he cheats. And then it's revealed that they have a guest. The Holy Princess! Yep, she's here. And of course they were introduced. And then of course they, possibly about the whole Holy Night thing. It's just basically just a prank that she made up. They also revealed that the reason why she's called Holy Princess because her mother was a priestess and her father is the emperor. And she's in line for the throne. But her mother wasn't some ordinary priestess. She was an oracle. So she has foresight. So, yeah, so the girls all stay there while... Actually, Ami comes along, Clyde comes along too. While they go on shopping. Yes, shopping. Well, actually, just to go around the city, goes to all these different places, go around the city. And at one point, there's these beams about to fall on Sika and the princess. Look up, they're saved by Ami and Clyde. And of course, she thanks Ami. And because, you too, Clyde. Now, the reason why he didn't react to this, because he knew they were there to protect. They would obviously react to it. And plus, also showing his hand. So, as an apology for not, saving her life, because they brought up the whole thing. Oh, yeah, like the whole thing of Adventures where the female basically falls in love with a guy because he saved her life. So, as a apology for it, he proceeds to buy her basically a hair braid, which she loves so much. He makes basically like a mirror, and then they go back to, the manor right afterwards. And that's pretty much 2 episodes in a nutshell. It's like, you can think of it as the episode for 9 and 10. It's like 9 wraps up basically half the story for the episode. It's like 8 and 9 is like a 2-parter, and like 10 begins like the very next story arc. But thought these episodes are really good. Now we have a total of 3 more to go. And I do have a feeling I'm going to finish up today and move on to the Moon Inn, which I'm ready for that one. Yeah, that's the next I'm going to do. I'm going to reveal the full name of it soon. But yeah, that's particular view. Next up, it's going to be Comic Corn, and it's back to the series. Okay? Next video. Bye.